Well, here's another one of my plecostomus black molly cherry shrimp aquariums. And in the back there you can see that these plecostomus are actually successfully reproducing in this community aquarium. These little babies are about a half-inch long. They're about a month old now, and they're all the natural colored variety of Ancistrus, and they can grow pretty quickly. If you try to raise Ancistrus plecostomus, you find that the babies respond really well to frequent small feedings of just almost any kind of flake food will work well, and especially if it has quite a bit of vegetable matter in the fish food. And as you can see, they are quite small compared to the adults. These tubes that you see laying on the bottom, there's one with a brown natural colored Ancistrus male with his dorsal fin completely up there. He is might very well be the father to all these babies. What he does is he stays inside of that tube mostly, and doesn't come out and doesn't allow any fish to go in there to get any eggs that he might be incubating. He actually just guards them. He doesn't actually incubate them. But as you can see right behind there, there's a female brown Ancistrus. She's got quite a few whiskers on her nose. Sometimes the females do have a little bit of bristles, and usually they don't have nearly as large of bristles as the males. And the dominant males seem to have the very largest bristles of all. Like this big old male here, look at the dorsal fin. I think they're ugly as sin, I guess, but their unique shape and their natural colors are just fantastic. A lot of people like to get the different varieties of plecostomus and have a lot of fun raising and or just keeping plecostomus that have different color patterns. And I find that just the plecostomus that I have in my tanks that are interbreeding have wonderful color patterns, and they're not all the same. There's another one of those little baby plecostomus in the back there. Oop, there we go. Just coming out to eat some of the flake food that I put into the aquarium. Black mollies are some that I've had for, oh my goodness, I don't know how old these are, but this is all I have left from my original 6 that I bought and reproduced and allowed to reproduce with my dragon goby that, it must have been dead for a couple of years now, and I just moved these black mollies over into this tank a long time ago, and they've been reproducing. A few survive. With a community tank, it's very difficult if you don't take exceptional precautions. It's very difficult to have the babies survive with the syndontis catfish coming out at night, swimming around looking for food. It's more likely than not that you're going to lose every single baby molly or guppy, what have you, in the tank. Got these cherry brine shrimp. I'm not really doing a video about them, but this is a type of weed that just floats in the water, and I have to pull out a considerable amount of it every 2 months or so. And I utilize plastic plants in my aquariums completely, except for that single plant. I don't give my plants enough light to really do well in an aquarium setting. You need growing plants in aquariums is a whole different field of the aquarium hobby that I've attempted in years past to do so, but I found it not rewarding to me. rather enjoy the fish a lot more than I do the plants. And a lot of people love the plants and just put the fish in the aquarium to as sort of like just something to give the plants a little activity. And I do enjoy looking at those videos, but I don't have any desire to do it. I just love these little baby plecostomus. I hope you enjoyed seeing. Oh, there's an albino baby Ancistrus right there in the front, right down there. Occasionally, because this isn't going to focus very good. Anyway, it's right there. And occasionally, because I have the albino and the brown Ancistrus together, I get a mix of different kinds of babies. And if I feed them and don't go on any long trips, most of these little babies will survive. It's just amazing how, but you have to not skip any meals for them, and try to feed them just a little bit of food every now and then. That's what they're out there doing right now. And they don't just live on algae, but these flat surfaces allow the food to sit there. And if I didn't have them in the community tank, it's a lot easier to raise them. When I used to raise hundreds of these plecostomus, I would have a species-only tank. And that allows you to take out the adults and just have the babies in there. And if you put in a feeder an automatic feeder that feeds 3 or 4 times a day, just a little bit of food, it really works well. It's very easy to have success with Ancistrus Plecostumus. If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and ask them. I try to answer all comments that are reasonable and all questions if I have an answer, and if I don't have an answer, I'm forthright enough to just give you my opinion or just say I do not know. These are all freshwater fish.